The Scottish Steve, as you would expect. Maybe this is the time where we actually see a set taken, potentially, because Bloom is committing to Pit for game 1 at least. And let me tell you about Pit versus Steve. It's not good. It's not good at all.
No amount of Orbital on Minecart could make this even considerably even here, as we see MazeBeans establishing straight away a lovely bit of aggression, but Bloom just showing why Pit has been getting that little bit of attention recently by getting that little conversion, you know, that little combo. The aerial, running off and naring. Steve is just stunted in that recovery there. And there, all MazeBeans a beautiful use of that Minecart to get back. But Bloom, the best in the country, one of the best in the world, bringing it back with managing to get Pit's spike to work, which is a task in of itself.
I was watching Bloom4Eva play some friendlies against Minimo yesterday, and literally my only reaction was he makes Pit's down air work. He gets the spikes so often, it's crazy.
It's insane, and you know what else is insane? The fact that Bloom piloting Pit is currently a full stock up on Steve, who is looking to take a stock there. The damage on the shield was dealt with that F smash. The minecart Orbital was out there to try and counter things, but here we go, down throw into the forward air. And at higher percent, you're going to see things coming out, such as that down throw into a slingshot back here. We haven't seen it yet. It has come out today. But Bloom at the moment saying, I don't need it really. Flying in, though, is Steve with the L-Trio, wanting, you can probably imagine, the Magma block up smash, but not needing it as the back air bears into Pit's head and breaks that stock.
Yeah, and as they say, Pit not a comeback character, so you need to hold that lead. But the resources in MazeBeans' arsenal is looking really, really poor right now. And that is exactly why Bloom is simply firing a lot of arrows to say, for as long as I'm doing this, you cannot mine, but you can still combo if you find your way in.
Did we see that up smash and Pit just miss Steve? Just straight up miss. The up air didn't there, as we see the down tilt into the up air. One of the only reliable options for killing that Pit actually has in his arsenal. But like, the fact that just unafraid of Steve here is Bloom. We say that MazeBeans is one of Bloom's greatest rivals, but at the moment, it ain't looking so clear-cut as a competitive relationship we have here. Dash attack comes out, and Minecart's used to just get out of that situation. Pit has been so oppressive, just not letting MazeBeans mine effectively and dash attacking to clank with carts.
But now it is time. Oh, actually, although the gold minecart misses, MazeBeans like, never mind, straight back to the action on 2 occasions. Just glides back into the center of the stage, and the diamond F smash has equalized things out of nowhere, Hobungs.
Picture perfect parry as we see Pit start to pile on percentage. Lovely Orbital counter, but there we go, fair into a down throw. Dash attack evens things up considerably quickly. Here we go here. MazeBeans is turning things around quite sharply. All it's going to take is one more mass high hit to take Pit out. But here we go.
You may have diamonds, you don't have much iron. The minecarts are going to be a muted presence at the moment, only 2 remaining. And Bloom4Eva pretty much played his entire previous set from behind against Lids, had to make so many comebacks.
Beautiful read on that tech there, as we see MazeBeans looking for something, looking for the down tip into the up air, but it's instead the up smash on that roll read that we see come out. Bloom4Eva uses Pit to absolutely perfect effect, taking care of Steve.
Yes, indeed. So kind of gave MazeBeans the chance to breathe for a little bit there, and saw the effects of what happens when you allow a Steve to get started. Suddenly, we had an even game out of nowhere. Bloom manages it in the end, finding the up smash opportunity. But Bloom, if he's going to be sticking with Pit, he's just got to tighten up playing in the lead, I suppose.
Yeah, like we saw at the end there, MazeBeans was just very ready to. MazeBeans was just very, very ready to take that advantage and take that game. As we saw there, the diamond did come out very effectively, but you gotta think here, as you say, MazeBeans, if we tighten up this advantage today, if we find these opportunities like we see here, going high in the sky, used to it is Pit with those Angel's Wings, but instead it's MazeBeans who's sending him there, not the likes of the Goddess of Light, Palutena.
Oh, but actually jump full hop jump into the forward air completely gets Bloom4Eva out of danger. That was pretty much the only option that could have gone completely out of danger with the setup that MazeBeans has put down. But Bloom was simply ready to make the right choice, and he's doing it again and again. No true follow-ups out of that down throw, so he simply doesn't go for any.
There we are, beautiful double back air attempt, and Steve is gone because of the platform positioning that MazeBeans found himself in. Here we are again, Steve just trying to get away from this is such an odd sentence. The pressure of Pit, the forward aerial.
Are you scared of Pit, MazeBeans? Well, he's climbing the tier list now, but he's also climbing up to the top blast zone with that up smash from MazeBeans to bring us back in, and that up smash not connecting on that occasion.
I like the attempt very much though, just turning the blocks out of Steve's favour, and a beautiful use of Pit's considerably large neutral air to just challenge the fact that, yeah, you're going to go for these reverse up tilts. Yes, they're very good, but I also...
Whoa! Using the Guardian Orbitars to get through every hit of the up smash. It did enough damage for it to break, and then Bloom could act first to get the hit before MazeBeans had even finished his smash attack.
That was... I have never seen an interaction quite like that. Dramatic bit of slowdown as well there, as we see. Once again, Steve is the one at ledge, going for the day one up B hitbox there, but not quite finding it. The block is set, but it's Pit who triggers that trap.
MazeBeans was not ready to take that one, whereas Bloom has been so on point with the reactions. When you hit a down air on a Steve at center stage, you expect them to be popped into the air, and you want to follow up with a nair or an up smash, right? But even at 70%, MazeBeans stayed grounded, and Bloom was like, okay, I'll just rapid jab then. Absolutely. And then found a way to take a stock afterwards.
Lovely.
But here's a stock taken by MazeBeans. Last stock once again, Bloom with a lead. MazeBeans has plenty of iron, but no diamond in sight.
That was a lovely little just reaction, just up tilt block instantly, and then up smash. Very strong option there, taking it in quite a sudden fashion here. Diamond is here, but it's all about finding that moment to actually craft it. I like the idea of that forward air there, but Steve able to armor through it, and MazeBeans now at this point needs to get one of these ladders built so that Pit can get out of his hair and Diamond can come out. Not quite finding it as Bloom is just straight back to the ground, wanting to be in Steve's face to stop Diamond from emerging, wanting the back air there to finish things off potentially at that ledge situation. But if you want to finish things, you got to bring the right tools, and the moment was found by MazeBeans. Correct tools crafted, and Pit was sent plummeting out of this game after a massive Diamond F smash.
Yeah, that was the second game in a row where we saw Bloom in the lead with the Pit looking comfy. But MazeBeans, as he does, works towards the diamond and brings it back, giving us the bone trouser. I love a bit of papyrus representation in here. Yes, MazeBeans this time did actually manage to reclaim the lead and keep it. Game one, he reclaimed the lead and then lost it again. But the Pit is sticking around. Bayo might make an appearance in a Game 5 type scenario if it gets that far, but for now, we're going to keep trialing the Angel, the mortal enemy of Bayonetta as it was.
Absolutely.
See if it works.
Lovely, just straight off that up B, they get that little hitbox, and straight away MazeBeans taking full advantage with those disjoints of Steve. Small those tools may be, but big is that minecart movement there, as we see, reading an air dodge in there, but not quite getting it, as Bloom just gets out a dodge instead. Here we go, a lovely back air, just reading that block coming out and just stabbing right through the block and getting Steve in the process as well. A deceptively long back air there, big sweet spot as well. Not always the most reliable to hit, but Bloom is making it look like just mega reliable. mega reliable, as we see this game continue here. Game 3 of this set here at the main event, presented by Team Knockout here.
Oh, there is an up smash though! Missing with the magma bluff was MazeBeans, so that meant Bloom4Eva had the chance to charge up his own up smash all the way, and Steve's still tall enough for it to hit from the ground like that. It's a really good reversal from Bloom4Eva, but MazeBeans is going to be readying the approach. What do we see next from our Scottish Steve?
That was a beautiful use of the Orbitar just to get away from those options there that Steve was throwing out, and cool as a cucumber. Hits neutral out once again, brought out, but a lovely bounce off the anvil is going to be enough to land a back air, and here we are as the up tilts come out, the beans have come out the tin, and the stocks might be coming off of Bloom in a moment here, swinging wildly with that pickaxe to pick up some percentage here. Oh, a beautiful use again of Orbitar, bouncing Steve into his own block, which created enough space for Pit to get off ledge. Here we are looking for a back air, but a dash attack is what's found instead when Steve meets the ground. Here we are, Diamond is in the arsenal, not out yet, but a down tilt up air is going to send Steve high in the sky. This is dangerous, we would say, for Steve here. The orbitals are going to come out, and there we go, just dashing back and forth, cool as a cucumber, and there we are building blocks. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't doubt Pit's recovery. That time it hits just high enough into the air to follow up with an up smash. Pretty much a true follow-up from Pit. Landing the down air on a stationary opponent is the hardest part off of that. When you follow up, expect a kill.
Even though it was not a bear, it was that up smash we saw.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, there we go. I was about to say about how Bloom lands those down airs just right with those golden locks on Pit. But here we go. Oh, we're looking for a dash attack, but Diamond's on deck, and Pit has taken 4 hits and 66%, 89 off 6 hits. A big anvil to finish things off. MazeBeans is in a massively favorable position here, and you've got to think certain Umbra Witches may be called upon if the Angel is not enough here. Minecart coming out, MazeBeans swinging all over the place, bouncing from pillar to post to try and pulverize this Pit, but not getting anything, and those resources are completely gone.
Yep, that is exactly what MazeBeans want, and that is why Bloom4Eva is camping right around the crafting table. MazeBeans, once given the opportunity, just tries to mine more. Now he has refueled his tools, but still has absolutely no resources to work with.
Absolutely.
Bloom4Eva's behind, but it feels like momentum's on his side, because what is MazeBeans going to use? The down air from in front! Tell me that move doesn't work!
The unreliable arsenal that Pit has because of that down air was once again just said, no, no, no. This move works in the right hands. Swinging with that down air and taking Steve out. MazeBeans found his footing that game. We can safely say that. It's daunting to fight Bloom any day. And it's maybe not as daunting when it's Pit, but MazeBeans found their footing, regardless of the disadvantage.
Pit's down air may not work, but Bloom4Eva's down airs work.
Absolutely.
And that is why we have a 2-1 lead and ensuring us some more Pit gameplay for the foreseeable. If he did lose that game, I think we would have had to see Bayonetta at that point, but instead he can represent the For Us tag that a little bit longer with the angelic little dude.
There we are, lovely just conversion there. Bread and butter Pit combo with down throw down air into the neutral air, keeping MazeBeans at ledge. And MazeBeans, you would hope after that game just there is going to be a little bit more wary with resource management. It's very, very hard when you're being pressured this much to get those resources, so MazeBeans has got to make him count and retain him where he can. Riding straight through Pit with the minecart, but there we are, not finding a mega big advantage off it.
Yep, and again, the last game was the earliest we saw MazeBeans in the lead. He had it by the second stop. Still found a way to drop it. That could have been a landing down air. Bloom4Eva could have pulled the trigger and turned it into an up smash, but chooses to keep his opponent alive there.
Running right over there is MazeBeans. Just, I love the interaction where the orbital was predicted, but the minecart with Steve still in it bounced back anyway. Here we go, you got to say the F throw here, create that offstage situation. As we see once again, those resources are going low, as is MazeBeans with a beautiful recovery and just squeaking past that Ambulis Pit. The F throw is just enough to kill.
Yep, the Pit F throw, it counts as a kill throw. It's like only just, but if you're not ready for it, it will absolutely take you away. And I'm not sure if that was livable at that percent, but the minecart will kill whenever it feels like.
Absolutely, the minecart is a very versatile tool in Steve's arsenal. A command grab on wheels, which can also just run you down. Here we go. Down throw into the down end there.
Here we go.
Bit of percent. Bread and butter Pit combos, as we said previously, and just straight back into the mix of the forward air as well. And another. Steve cannot get out of Pit's get back on stage because of Pit throwing out these big swords.
He also completely lacks any gold in the resources, which means that those minecarts are going to be moving at 0 miles per hour. Not a good combo escape unless you have that gold option, but finds a way to escape anyway.
Beautiful.
That's big damage. That hit like a truck.
4 big hits there. 1, 2, 1, 2 up smash. Just something that can come out from Steve there. But Pit getting that down throw and that up smash. No resources again. But the minecart is going to carry Bloom off stage, but not enough to get that massive hit. The spike was not found. It was that time, but not when it was the most crucial.
So now we see MazeBeans just taking a little bit of a backseat, thinking, hey, you know what, I'm losing, but also if I drop this stock, it's into the loser's bracket for me. I'm going to get that gold, and now I can kill with the minecart and make this an even scenario. Here in game 4, this is far from over for MazeBeans.
Absolutely, and there we go, Diamond is here. It's been a big force in these past few final stocks, particularly when it's been able to come out. Oh, MazeBeans faking out with the minecart there and going straight back off stage. Lovely up tilt into the forward air, but Orbital once again. Oh, if Bloom had landed down below, that would have spelt the end for Pit. Here we go, lovely minecart into forward air. MazeBeans has reversed his fortunes, looking for the back air to finish things off, but not being able to do it. Instead, throwing out all reliable. A lovely dash attack, and Pit from behind is hit with a massive back air. Diamond changes things for this character, and MazeBeans changes the story. Pit may have been completely in front of Steve, but the back air is big enough.
So now we have the question one last time. The Pit came so close in both of the games that it lost. Do you commit to keeping it in the set for game 5, or do you just go for insurance and play Bayonetta here at the final hurdle? We are getting a different scenario altogether. He says, even though I've hit 100% of those angled arrows, I just want the extra power on them. Bloom4Eva switches to Dark Pit for game 5 to see if he can beat MazeBeans fair and square. No Bayo involved, just the new and improved Pit characters.
Absolutely. Dark Pit renowned for a slightly bigger strength pool, especially on that arrow, but similar hitboxes all around here. MazeBeans found the answer to Bloom's Pit. No, I was right the first time. Bloom's Pit. We'll see if Dark Pit is very much the same story here as we see game 5. A lovely conversion, up air into back air, into another up air, and looking to finish things then and there. Spike certainly would have sent things southward for Bloom, as Dark Pit does not look to be as destructive as his light counterpart here.
Yeah, and we saw an anvil scenario earlier as well, and Pit has one of the better refractors in the game because Guardian Orbitals is basically like an aerial shield, but what it fails at is reflecting things that are above him. It'll just land on his head, so you basically can't reflect the anvil unless you really precisely go up into the air to reflect it, essentially, or get to its side. This is a big lead for MazeBeans right now, and again, the earliest all set that he's had one.
Absolutely. A lovely use there of movement from Steve there, but Pit is straight back in the mix. That back air would have killed because of that sweet spot that it does have, and the arrow certainly would have made things very bad for MazeBeans. It pretty much just says you cannot go straight forward, which, you know, Steve is a very versatile character. In terms of recovery, back throw is going to bounce, waiting for the block presumably to disappear, and the up throw is going to come out. Pistons pulverizing Pit and sending him up, and away here. A's first in this set as we see a lead materialize for MazeBeans. 1, 2, 1, through again. Straight to the other side of the stage and looking to smash through that block with an F smash here. MazeBeans is ready to take this game. You can feel it, the crowd is coming alive. Yep, and there we go, armoring through that little hit of forward air and just ready, taking back that stage control. Center stage is back in MazeBeans' favor here. A lovely air dodge, just mixing up these movement options a little bit more, keeping things a little bit less easy for Bloom to take on here, and the minecart sending Bloom to the other side of the stage.
But the dash attack will keep Bloom4Eva in the game. You can never count this guy out. He's got all the BMS supporters on his side right now, and you know what? He's back to hitting those sweet spots again. The back airs were not finding their mark, but MazeBeans are incredible to bring Bloom4Eva down to his winner's side final stock here.
Lord. Perhaps it was a faux pas to pick Pit in this contest here, as we see Bloom turning things up, but Diamond, for the earliest time in this set, is on deck, and off goes Pit, building a block there to try and stop Pit's recovery, but it didn't quite come out. Instead, opting for an anvil drop, which actually haven't been landing their marks because of Pit having such, it's a bit linear, but you can hook those sides so well. One big hit is all MazeBeans needs here, and I thought that could have been it right there, but not finding it. Dash attacks are flying from Bloom. Resources are looking a little bit scarce, but a lovely upbeat for movement. The one minecart the MazeBeans had came out. But we're not finding that kill.
Luigi and Curry Governor are going to be watching on as well, and the crowd thinking maybe I don't have to fight Bloom4Eva in winners finals. And MazeBeans is still a huge challenge, but can he secure the deal here? That was a missed up smash. Instead, Bloom4Eva gets another one, and now we have a last stock situation, Hop-Hunks.
Diamond is gone. Stone takes its place. We're looking to mine bulldozers us here. Stone's pretty fast, but so is that dash attack from Dark Pit. MazeBeans still needs that one big hit, or a medium hit, or a mild hit. Steve can be known to kill with some pretty wacky options, but here we are building a block wall to try and keep Bloom out as he mines MazeBeans, threatening with an F smash, but ledge has been a contestable spot for MazeBeans all set, and Bloom was looking to try and keep him there. Diamond is available, but it's not crafted. Oh!
Absolutely knew exactly what MazeBeans was going to do. That was the mix-up upon the mix-up, and Bloom still in there with a punish. The Dark Pit has been so curious because the arrows haven't really made a big difference. I feel like the Pit has had more use of the neutral B than the Dark Pit so far, but maybe this final stock is where we see it come into effect. Just about living as he bounces off the platform. Can you find a way past Steve's massive block of stone right now?
Oh, dearie me! That was nearly a massive hit!
No way! Oh my god, no way!
Giddy and Diamond didn't matter! A huge
Can't help but
shot!
feel sorry for you! And MazeBeans is going to drop that one!